Right now, while you're watching this video, someone somewhere is staring at their computer screen, zooming into a random patch of Earth they've never visited. And in the next few minutes, they might stumble upon something that's been hidden for thousands, maybe even millions, of years. Sound impossible? It's happening more often than you think. A meteor crater that scientists missed, a lost city buried under jungle, desert formations that sparked global debate, and evidence of an ancient catastrophe that nearly ended all life on Earth. All discovered by regular people sitting at home using free software. Today, I'm showing you the most insane discoveries ever made on Google Earth. And I guarantee you'll never look at satellite images the same way again. Let's dive in. Let's start with Joel Lupang, a Canadian amateur geologist who loved spending his evenings exploring remote regions of Quebec through satellite imagery. Most people would find this boring. Joel, he found it mesmerizing. One evening in 2018, while scanning the rugged wilderness of northern Quebec, something caught his eye. There, in the middle of nowhere, was a nearly perfect circular formation. It was massive, about 3 kilometers across, and unlike anything in the surrounding landscape. Now here's where it gets interesting. Joel wasn't looking at just any circle. The more he examined it, the more he became convinced this was an impact crater. A scar left behind by a meteor that slammed into Earth thousands, maybe millions of years ago. But Joel didn't stop there. He knew that making wild claims without evidence gets you nowhere, so he spent months researching, comparing his discovery to known impact sites, analyzing the terrain features, and documenting every detail. He eventually reached out to geological experts, sharing his findings. And here's the kicker. They took him seriously. A team was assembled to investigate the site, and when they finally analyzed rock samples from the area, they found it. Shocked quartz and other minerals that only form under the extreme pressures of a meteor impact. Joel Lupang, sitting at home with Google Earth, had discovered a genuine impact crater that had gone unnoticed by the scientific community. His discovery was officially recognized, and today, researchers continue to study the site to understand when and how this cosmic collision occurred. One person, one computer, one incredible discovery. But if you think that's impressive, wait until you hear about William Gaddy. William was just 15 years old when he became obsessed with an intriguing theory about ancient Mayan civilization. You see, historians have long marveled at how the Maya chose their city locations. These weren't random. They were strategic, astronomical, almost mystical. Young William had read about a fascinating hypothesis. What if the Maya deliberately positioned their cities to mirror the patterns of constellations in the night sky? It sounded like something out of an Indiana Jones movie, but William decided to test it. He started by mapping out known Mayan cities and overlaying them with star charts of prominent constellations that would have been visible from Central America centuries ago. And then he saw it, a pattern. The cities aligned almost perfectly with the stars of several major constellations. But here's where William's detective work really began. If the theory was correct, there should be a city in a specific location in southern Mexico where no ruins had been documented. According to the constellation pattern, there was a missing piece to the puzzle. So William did what any curious teenager would do in 2016. He opened Google Earth and zoomed into the exact coordinates where the theory predicted a city should be. What he found made headlines around the world. There, hidden beneath the jungle canopy, were geometric shapes and linear features that looked suspiciously like ancient structures. The imagery showed what appeared to be a pyramid, plazas, and building foundations, exactly where his constellation theory said they should be. Scientists were initially skeptical. a teenager with Google Earth versus centuries of professional archaeological work? But the evidence was compelling enough that expeditions were planned to investigate the site. Now here's the honest truth. The scientific jury is still out on whether William discovered a new Mayan city or if the features are natural geological formations. But regardless of the final verdict, a 15-year-old challenged conventional thinking and potentially identified an archaeological site using nothing but star maps and satellite imagery. That's the power of fresh perspective and modern technology working together. Our next story takes us to the Sahara Desert in Algeria, where a curious YouTuber was exploring one of the most remote and desolate places on Earth. While panning across endless sand dunes and rocky outcrops, something bizarre appeared on the screen. Dozens of perfect circles scattered across the desert landscape. They were huge, ranging from hundreds to thousands of feet in diameter, and they formed intricate patterns that seemed almost deliberately placed. The discovery immediately sparked wild speculation. Ancient wells, crop circles made by desert civilizations, evidence of something even more unexplainable. The internet went crazy with theories, and the video racked up millions of views as people tried to solve the mystery. But here's where careful investigation pays off. Instead of jumping to sensational conclusions, researchers decided to dig into the historical records of the region. And what they found was surprising, but not supernatural. Those mysterious circles. They were remnants of extensive oil and gas exploration from decades ago. In the mid-20th century, energy companies conducted massive surveys across the Sahara, using seismic testing to map underground resources. The process involved creating these geometric patterns on the surface, patterns that would remain visible in satellite imagery long after the exploration ended. Now, some might find this explanation disappointing. Where's the mystery? Where's the ancient civilization? But I think there's something equally fascinating here. We're looking at industrial archaeology. These circles tell the story of humanity's relentless search for resources, of how our activities leave permanent marks on the planet, and of how easily modern remnants can be mistaken for ancient mysteries. It's a reminder that not every unexplained feature needs an extraordinary explanation, but that doesn't make the discovery any less valuable. Understanding what these circles really are helps us appreciate both our technological history and the importance of careful research before jumping to conclusions. For our final discovery, we're heading to the most inhospitable place on Earth, Antarctica. Buried beneath miles of ice lies one of the most significant impact craters ever discovered, and its implications are staggering. The Wilkes Land crater, as it's now known, was identified through satellite gravity measurements and ice-penetrating radar. This thing is absolutely massive, nearly 300 miles across, making it potentially one of the largest impact structures on the planet. But here's what makes this discovery truly mind-blowing: the timing. Scientists believe this impact occurred approximately 250 million years ago, right around the time of the Permian-Triassic extinction event, the worst mass extinction in Earth's history, when over 90% of all species were wiped out. Could this crater be the smoking gun? Did a meteor impact in Antarctica trigger the catastrophe that nearly ended life on Earth? The evidence is still being gathered, but the possibility is extraordinary. What makes this discovery relevant to our story is how it was found. Yes, professional scientists led the research, but the data came from publicly available satellite measurements, the same kind of information that anyone with curiosity and determination can access. The tools that revealed this ancient apocalypse are the same tools that helped Joel find his crater in Quebec. So what do all these discoveries have in common? They prove that the age of exploration isn't over, It's just moved online. You don't need a PhD, expensive equipment, or a research grant to make meaningful discoveries. You just need curiosity, patience, and access to Google Earth. Right now, there are probably dozens more mysteries waiting to be uncovered. Ancient ruins hidden in jungles, meteor craters in remote deserts, geological anomalies that could rewrite textbooks. The question is, will you be the one to find them? If this video inspired you, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment telling me what you'd search for first. Because who knows? The next great discovery might be just a few clicks away.